Hello everyone. Welcome back. I'm Christian. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you're having a fantastic November, and as you can see, we're talking Remembrance Day today. Every Remembrance Day, or at least sometime around that time of year, I will experience or read up or watch a movie or do something that really allows me to get into what it was like to be in a world war back in the day. World wars are one of the best types or styles of movies that have been released nowadays, and it's just incredible to see the technology available to us to be able to actually tell those stories. So this year we went for 1917, a movie that was made in 2019, believe it or not. Strange, get those years right. It can be confusing, don't worry. The movie's called 1917, and it was filmed in a way that makes it seem like there were no takes taken from beginning to end of the movie, and there's only one camera angle the entire time. So that is pretty amazing. If you take a look at some of the past videos about what we've done in Toronto Film School so far, using camera angles to communicate emotion, that will really play into any film you're making. In this case, 1917 only had one camera angle to use, so it really was all up to the actors. In this unit that we're going through, we're talking about Katabasis, or Katabasis, the Katabatic journey. Now, what is the Katabatic journey? The Katabatic journey is where a hero starts in their familiar world. They end up going what is considered down into the underworld, or into the bad place, or into the darkness, or into the depths. And then they end up coming out of that on the other side, or at the end, changed, transformed. And as we started to go through the definition of Katabasis, I really started to look at my own life and say, oh, I can now actually explain what it is that I've felt or what I've gone through at times. And that's amazing. You talk about people that have stories. They have these incredible experiences that are considered epic or considered outrageous, or in some way are, wow, that's such hardship. I can't believe you had to endure that. And sometimes the best thing and the only thing you need is just someone who can be with you, empathize with you, understand, and just be there. You know, the reality is we all have to endure that kind of stuff. We all go through some kind of darkness or depths inside of us. You can imagine anybody who's gone through World War I or World War II or any kind of war has had that experience of what does it look like to be on death's door. You know, there's a verse in the Bible that says, greater man has no love than this, to lay down one's life for another. And that's really what this represents, is that someone else has laid down their life for a cause that's greater than just themselves. That was modeled so well by Jesus in the Bible. If we take the Katabatic hero and we apply that to Jesus in the story in the Bible, we look at how he starts in his 33 years of life, goes through trials and accusation and down into crucifixion, and then he's buried in the grave. But then he comes out of the grave back into the real world and then gets booted back up into heaven, apparently hovering on a cloud, which is pretty cool. I mean, we're getting there. We got planes. We're getting there. And that is the story of the Katabatic journey. If you want to read the story, it's in Matthew 27. I'll put a little link in the description. One of the key ingredients inside a Katabatic journey, the hero, when they go down into the depths, into that descent, they come back with a victory or a win. It says that Jesus came back with the keys and achieved victory over death. This is the kind of key that when you allow yourself to be impacted by the presence of Jesus and what he did for me, it enables me to be transformed. You know, the best part about that is when I go through darkness or seems hard, it's not something that I have to do alone. Jesus understands that. He went through it himself, and he went through it for us, so that there was a way that we could actually have victory over our circumstances, over our darkness or our depths. A key component inside the Katabatic journey is that any hero that comes back from the depth or the descent comes back with a knowledge or an experience or a key ingredient, maybe an artifact, that provides them with a transformation. They're changed because of their experience. Now, in the Christian world, what we say is that we allow God to fight our battles for us. And the reason for that is because of the power that Jesus has when he went through the death and the resurrection from the cross. So for me, this is just a point where I get to reach gratefulness. I get to reach thankfulness because it's mirrored in how we have soldiers that go through world wars. They go through wars that example what kind of battle it was that Jesus fought, but it kind of models it physically. So I hope that kind of explains a little bit about where the Katabatic journey comes from. And for me, I was pleasantly surprised to find that this, yet again, applies to my Christianity. Wow. And this is just another tool that I get to understand on how to use to tell really good stories. I think Jesus has the best story, and not only that, but you have a story, and your story matters. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoy the suit. I guess I should explain where the suit is from. I got this suit at a vintage store. It's real vintage material suit from the days when it was actually worn and created. I don't think I know exactly what year, but somewhere before the 50s. So it's a privilege to have. And just for situations like this, where you need to see somebody in a suit for Remembrance Day.